Africa. It is Lamina once again, and I bring you a message from the depth of my heart. I'm just here to talk about something we all already know, but just to expand it to more of our understanding. And this thing is called consciousness. We all have conscience, we are all conscious. But the thing is, we do not really make use of this consciousness in a conscious way. Sounding very abstract. I like being abstract. Abstract is my thing. I do abstract. I do things that is not not of this world, and really it's just my priority. It's just my life, I don't do what you expect. I don't do what people really expect. I do what is out of expectation, and that is my own consciousness. Now, what is consciousness? Consciousness is that thing that prompts you to make things positive. When you're doing something and there's no positivity in it, then you don't have a conscience. Because if you're telling me you want to kill a goat for the sake of just killing it, then there is no positivity in it. If you want to kill a goat because you want people to have meat, or because you want to sell the meat for money, or because you want to, something positive for it, then you can kill a goat. But you just see a goat and you just kill the goat and dumping somewhere for it to just die and waste away, then you are a less conscious person. Now I'm pointing straight to those of us who think we maneuver things because nobody gets to see you, nobody gets to catch you, nobody gets to hold you down by law to do these things. Doesn't mean you are right to do them. I'll tell a story, a little story. I was happened to be in a bus at some certain time, and I was coming back from work, and then this woman, I don't know if she's a beggar or something, she just walked into the bus, and she was carrying some pallets, something that carries little information about her, kind of a box or something, and she was asking for alms. I wanted to give, I know that I'm still an employee, still managing a young girl, and I looked at her and I looked at her twice. And in my second opinion, I'm like, why should be asking for alms? Why do you ask for alms? How conscious good is that? If you can walk, if you can hear, see, talk, feel, and you can walk with your two legs, and you think, then why should you ask for alms? A lot of people do a lot of things to make a living, and you are asking for alms for the people who make use of their sense. If everybody decides to think like you, let us not just walk. Let us allow others suffer for us. Let us just stand and begin to ask them for their daily. Some of us live on budget. Like, okay, let's say I'm being paid 50,000 naira in a month, and I have to use 10,000 naira for the month, and 5,000 naira, let's say 3,500 will go for my transportation. Then I'm saving 1,500 every month, and you expect me to put budget for giving of alms to people who I know can walk and talk and feel like me. I am not a party to that. The same thing goes for so many men of God. You have your two legs, you have your two hands, you say you're called by God, and you extract from the people who are working daily for your own needs because you feel like you deserve it. They pay tithes, they pay offerings, they pay donations, they sow seeds, and then they still sow seeds because of the man of what? Really? I'm going to stop here. If some people start condemning me, I'm not condemning. Pay your tithe is biblical. Everyone does that. And this tithe payment just not because of the church or the men of God. It's because for the church, for those of us who are less privileged, the widows, the orphans, those who work in the vineyard of the Lord, and they have no other job but to maintain the vineyard of the Lord, to keep it better and safe for our worship. Are the ones who are to benefit. Food. And whenever you are hungry in your house, whenever you feel you don't have, whenever you know you don't have, you feel hungry, it is your right as a church member to go to the house of God and find food. What the Bible says, Bring in your tithe to the house so that there may be food. There may be food in the warehouse. When David was hungry, he went to the house of the Lord and they gave him bread. So the bread just signifies the tithe being paid by the Lord because he was hungry. So when I'm hungry and I go to church and I don't find food, and that's where I pay my tithe, definitely I don't feel like that's what God. There is no positivity in there. You don't create challenge, imbalance in people's life when you don't have a positive thinking towards that. Do something and let your conscience be proud and be happy. Do not seal it. Don't exaggerate it. Don't feel you were right when there's no positive coming out. I know pastors who are working, whose church are booming big, people pay their tithe, but these pastors are working, they have the income, they also pay tithes. And when you come to church, you don't feel hungry. This church is not what we call church. Come to church, before you go home, you're fed. You're okay, you're happy. We're serving God, for heaven's sake. We are not suffering God. We are serving. We are worshiping. We all worship God. So we shouldn't do that with biased mind, thinking, oh, okay, somebody is paying tithe and sit and I cannot reach date and person doesn't look at me, doesn't care about me because I don't pay tithe. You know what? It's Lanina once again. If you need to advertise your product here on my posts, not yet the channel, just on my posts, I post a single video every day, and I hope it goes viral because I know it will go viral. I speak the truth, and everyone wants to hear the truth, even though they don't want to listen. But just send your product to me, and I'll do it right here. Thank you. Peace.